is about planning. Let us see the concept of planning. Planning is deciding in advance what to do and how to do. Yeah, we know that plan. Why do we plan? Yeah, we are deciding what to do in the future and how to do. So it is one of the basic managerial functions. It is the first function of manager. So before doing any activity, before doing something, the manager must formulate an idea how to work on a particular task. So planning is connected with creativity and innovation. So it is used to bridge the gap between where we are and where we want to go. So this gap is being filled with the function of planning. Let us see the importance of planning. Why is planning important? Planning provides direction. It gives you direction on what way to move, and moving through this way will lead you to success. So planning ensures the goals or objectives. So it is in advance you are fixing some ways or methods to obtain that objective, and you are directed towards that. This is known as planning. It is deciding in advance how to do the work or where you need to reach. So the direction is being provided. Next is planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. Yes, planning is an activity which enables the manager to look ahead and anticipate changes. So he knows the changes which is going to take place in the future because he has studied about the business environment and he is taking plans accordingly. So it will lead you to reduced risk of uncertainty. Next is planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Yeah, when you plan how to do, the wastage of time is being reduced. You can gain a lot of time. You can make use of time. So planning reduces overlapping and wasteful activities. Next is planning promotes innovative idea. Yes, planning is the first function of management. So when you're planning, different creative ideas can be gathered in your mindset, and through that you are making decisions. So planning promotes innovative ideas. Next is planning facilitates decision making. Yes, it is true. When you plan, you are making a decision. The plan, if you are directed towards the objective through this plan, that plan is taken as your decision. So it facilitates making decision. Then planning establishes standards for controlling. Yes, planning involves setting of goals. The entire process is concerned with accomplishment of goals. So planning provides standard against which actual performance is measured. So through planning you can get to know your result, your actual result, and your predicted your target. So if there is difference between that, you can take measures to overcome it. So this planning is the basic for all these bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. All this is taken place with the planning. Now let us see the features of planning. First one is planning focus on achieving objective. Yes, why do we plan? The planning, everyone is planning for some or the other objectives. We have some objectives which we need to attain. So for this purpose, you're planning what to do. For example, for your exam, what did you plan before? How you should study? You set a timetable and you start studying for the exam. So that all comes under the planning process. Second one is planning is pervasive. Yes, at all levels of management, whether it is top level management, middle level management, or lower level management, planning is pervasive. It is included everywhere in the organization, every department of the organization, from the birth until the end of the organization. Planning is important. Then planning is continuous. Yes, once the target is fulfilled, again for the next target you have to plan. You have to be directed towards your plans. So it is always continuous. It is taking place continuously. Next, planning is futuristic. Yes, you're planning for the future outcome. We don't know what is future, but we are planning something to gain an objective in the future. So it is a futuristic purpose. We are looking ahead. So it is regarded as a forward looking function based on forecasting. So planning is forecasting the future events and conditions, and you are making assumptions or you're taking decisions accordingly, and you are directed towards those. The sixth one is planning is a mental exercise. Yes, your involvement of mind is a very big factor in planning. So planning is a mental exercise. It is done by foresight, intelligence, imagination, creativeness, judgment. All these are factors considered for you taking a plan. Next is the limitations of planning. Limitations or disadvantages. As everything has a positive side, it will also have a negative part. So what are the limitations? The first one is planning leads to rigidity. Yes, If a plan taken is not flexible, if one cannot change the plan according to a changed situation, it leads to rigidity. So this rigidity may lead to difficulty in putting actions. So this plan, a well defined plan, is drawn up with specific goals. If we are not able to change it according to the changeful situations, then it will lead to rigidity, and your actions will not be leading you to a successful way. Next is planning may not work in a dynamic environment. Yes, when an environment is dynamic, it is changing continuously. We cannot stick on to a plan. So we need to change the plan frequently. So this this dynamism is very it poses a problem for adopting a specific plan, because as the environment is changing and the conditions are changing, the political, physical, economical, legal, social conditions are changing, it is important to adopt a plan. Next, planning reduces creativity. Planning is an activity which is done by top management. Yeah, planning is taken by top management. Rest of the members, like the middle level managers or the employees in the organization, has no role in taking in planning anything. So it is an activity which is done by top management. So it just reduces creativity. You cannot have you cannot get views of different people inside the organization. So creative minds may be among the employees, but the employees are not involved in taking a plan, so it reduces creativity. Then planning involves huge cost. Yes, plannings are drawn up huge cost involved in their formulation. This may be in terms of time, money. For example, checking accuracy of facts may involve a lot of time. Planning about introducing a product in the market, so research and development must be made about the product. All this involves huge cost, so planning involves huge cost. Next, planning is time consuming. Yes, we cannot take plan within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So it's a time consuming process. A lot of time is required for making a successful plan. Then last one is, planning does not guarantee success. Yes, your plans may not lead you to success. So we cannot always guarantee success. It is all part of a business. A failure and success is part of a business. Sometimes when your actions are not as per your requirement, then or some fault from your side, from the part of managers, may lead to mistaken plannings, can lead to failure also. So it cannot guarantee success. Now let us look at the planning process. What are the process of plan? First one is to set objectives. The first and foremost step is setting objectives. Every organization must set an objective. Why you are existing? Why the organization is existing? So what you need to do. So this is the first step in planning. The second one is developing premises. Planning is concerned with the future, which is uncertain, and it is very congested or complex because we don't know what is going to happen in future. So therefore managers is required to make certain assumptions about the future. This is known as premises. Some assumptions are made about future, and based on the assumptions the plans are made. The third one is identifying alternative courses of action. Sometimes there may be 5 or 6 alternatives, different plans may be available in front of us. So we have to identify all those alternative courses of action. And after this alternative courses are identified, you have to evaluate. That's the fourth step. You have to evaluate. You have to give weight to each plans, and you have to check whether which plan will be more suitable to you. And after those evaluation has been done, you have to select a plan, which is the fifth step. The selection of alternative, the best choice, the cost reduced, and quality available techniques must be adopted. You can select from different alternatives available to us. So managers' experience, judgment can all be introduced, taken for selecting a good plan. Then you have to implement the plan. Then plan is implemented in the organization. It has been put into action. And the seventh one is follow-up action. Once the plan has been put into action, you have to frequently revise it. You have to check whether it is being followed properly. So this is known as follow-up action. That is monitoring process. So these are the 7 steps in making a plan. So the first one is setting objectives. Second one is developing premises. Third one, identifying alternative course of action. Fourth one, evaluating the courses of action. And fifth one, selecting an alternative course of action. Sixth one is to implement these plans. And seventh one is to follow up, to monitor these plans if they are being moving in the correct direction. Now let us study about different types of plan. First one is single use plan. As the name itself says, that single use plan is developed for some period of time, and after that time we cannot use that plan again. So it is used only for a one time and cannot be repeated. This is known as single use plan, or you can say it as non-recurring, means it is not going to repeat it. The duration of this plan may be it may depend upon what type of work you're going to do, what type of project is being taken. So it is a single use, and for the next plan you cannot use this. So it is non-recurring and it is only taken for some event for some time. This is not a single use plan. And so what is standing plan? It is the opposite of single use plan. That is, it can be regularly used over a period of time for different purposes. You can use this plan again and again. So it can be it is recurring in nature. So the standing plan includes policies, procedures, methods, rules. So these are taken for a long period of time and you can use it again and again. This is not a standing plan. Now let us look at the different standing plans. First one is objective. The first step in planning is setting objective. Objective can be set to be the desired future position that the management would like to reach. Yes, objective is what we want to become in the future. That is termed as objective. So they serve the objective is what is making you to helps you to take a plan. So different departments or units, they will have their own objectives, and all these objectives are directed towards achieving the organizational objective. Then one is strategy. Strategy provides broad contours of an organization business. It will also refer to future decision, define the organization's direction and scope in the long run. So it helps you to go through a proper direction, and the scope of the organization for a long term is being specified through strategies. Next is policy. They are general statements that or thinking, guide thinking or channelize energies towards particular direction. Policies provide basis for interpreting strategy, which is usually stated in general terms. So these are general statements that guide you to move to certain direction. So policies define the broad parameters within which a manager may function. Manager may use his/her discretion to interpret and apply a policy. So purchase, for example, you can see that a decision taken by purchase policy would be in nature of manufacturing or buying decision. So this buying decision or manufacturing nature of manufacture or buying decision, that will allow you to take a purchase policy, make a purchase policy. Procedure is those steps to be followed in carrying out different activities. For example, in the medical field, the procedure for doing operation or surgery, it is this step by step a process is being done. This is known as procedures. That the same is taking place in the field of management as well. For a production of a product, also a procedure must be followed. Next is method. That is different forms of method is available. The cheapest and the high quality method is being selected. That is the method, how you are going to do the work. Then rule. There are specific statements that inform what is to be done. Rules provide the do's and don'ts to be taken which you have to follow inside an organization. These are those rules. You can see that in the organization the don'ts and do's will be mentioned. It is being frameworked. These are known as rules. Programs, they are detailed statement about project which outline the objectives, policies, procedure, rules, tasks, human and physical resources required, the budget to implement any course of action. So these are the programs. They are detailed statement about the objectives, about policies, about rules, about the budget, about the course of action. So this is the subtotal of all these objectives, policies, procedures. This is known as program. What is budget? Budget is nothing but it is a statement of revenues and expenses which is going to take place inside the organization for a period of time. The sales budget may forecast the sales of different products in area of particular month. So in a month you are going to take information about the sales budget, sales revenue, sales of different products. This is known as sales budget. The budget represents all items in numbers. It becomes easier to compare actual figures with expected figures and their corrective action subsequent. So budget of 2 months can be compared. So all these profits and all these revenues, how much expense you will be having can be compared of both period. This is known as budget. So all is this. This is all about this chapter. So we learn what is planning, importance of planning, features of planning, limitations of planning, planning process, types of plans. Thank you.